Hello, welcome back to Ladies Like Us. To now, we've been speaking about mirror work, but today I want to talk to you about shadow work. You know what the shadow is? It's the reflection of yourself against a wall when the sun's shining in a certain way. It's what follows us. Have you ever thought about why you have a shadow? We all know that we are made up of mind, body, and spirit, but have you ever tried changing parts of yourself by using your body, mind, or spirit? It just doesn't work. You'll change things about yourself for a few days or a few weeks, but then you go straight back to, let's call it the defaults. Always go back to who you are, and it's frustrating. I've been working on myself for years now. Just to give you an example, I noticed that as a teenager and as a young adult and as an older adult, I always wanted to be part of the conversation, which made me very annoying at times because I just wanted to be part of the conversation. I worked on this and found what the root cause of the problem was. Um, and it had to do with my childhood, which is why inner child healing is so important. Okay, so this only happened really because I did not know that we were made up of not three things, mind, body, spirit, but four, our shadow. So instead of focusing on just our mind, body, and spirit, we also work on our shadow traits, let's call it. But instead of explaining this, I'll leave this to the experts. Look at this video, and I'll be back with you in a second.
Shadow work is the process of exploring the parts of ourselves that we often hide or ignore, our fears, insecurities, and unresolved emotions. We do this because acknowledging these shadows can lead to profound personal growth and healing. By facing our inner darkness, we reclaim our power and become more authentic. To start, find a quiet space and reflect on your triggers or negative patterns. Journaling is a powerful tool. Write down your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Embrace self-compassion as you uncover these hidden aspects. And remember, it's a journey, not a destination. The more you understand your shadows, the brighter your light will shine.
The reality is, if we don't do what is in the video, what is outlined in the video, we will set goals and they will fall by the wayside. Oh, it's raining. We will set goals and they will fall by the wayside. Why? Your ego gets in the way. Our ego is designed to protect us, self-preservation. And our ego will always interfere when it thinks that we are overstepping. If we are, whatever we do that's different, our ego will come and say, "You sure you want to do that?" No, not a good idea. And then you'll make excuses, and your excuses will be so good, so great, and you won't meet your goals. And this happens year after year after year. Think about it. This is the 2025. It's a new year. Have you made your goals? Have you set your goals? Well, the sad reality is that it's very difficult, and it's a very small percentage of people that actually stick with their goals past March or April. But that's just because you're programmed the way that you're programmed. Think about this. If you had parents growing up that fought a lot about money, or even in later life, if you had a bad relationship which completely stressed you out or caused all sorts of arguments, your arguments about money, your idea of money will be completely skewed. It'll be completely skewed. For example, I spent most of my life saying, I don't need much money. I just need enough. Just enough to survive, just enough to live. Money makes people do terrible things. And so it went. All these ideas that I had about money, which were all completely wrong, they were just put there because I went through money issues growing up and in my marriage. So basically, we suppress when things happen to us, when we go through trauma, any kind of trauma, even at the playground at school, when you're older, that event will not leave you if it was embarrassing, humiliating. Anyway, any type of trauma, they are immediately stored in our subconscious. And our subconscious dictates our behavior. But the worst part about the subconscious, the worst part which just drove me crazy, is that you don't know what's in your subconscious. It's your blueprint, it's your hard drive. It's what causes you to It's what causes you to do everything: who you speak with, people you talk with, how you feel about yourself, how you feel when you're alone, not being scared of the dark, being scared of the dog, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Because our conscious is what we use to just live our lives day by day. But our subconscious is where everything is stored since we were born, practically. And not dealing with your shadows will keep you in a loop. And it is amazing how well this works. Okay. For those who don't know that there is a difference between the conscious and the subconscious, look at this video before I continue, and this will help you explain what your conscious and your subconscious is.
Shadow work and mirror work are essential for transforming our subconscious programming. The subconscious is like a vast library, storing all our beliefs, fears, and experiences, while the conscious mind is our active thinker, making decisions in the moment. By doing shadow work, we confront and embrace our hidden emotions, allowing us to heal and grow. Mirror work, on the other hand, involves looking into a mirror and affirming our worth, reshaping our self-image. Together, these practices help us rewrite the stories we tell ourselves, leading to a more empowered and authentic life. Embracing this journey can unlock your true potential and bring about profound change.
So, looking back at my own life, I remember that for many years, year after year after year, when I was alone, I would get a feeling of dread. It would cause me to want to run out the door. I could not be alone. I remember at school, I had an argument with my mom because she wouldn't let me go out on a Friday night, and it was an absolute drama. I remember the event, I remember the night. It was a drama. The fact that I wasn't allowed to leave the house, it just sent me into a panic attack almost. But I never gave that much thought. And then I noticed that many years after, as I became an adult, got married and had children, I noticed that every now and again, I would just feel this absolute dread inside. That same feeling I used to get when I was younger, that I couldn't be left alone. I couldn't be alone. I got this feeling of dread that would consume me, but I learned very, very quickly how to deal with it and how to push it down and swallow it almost. And of course, that went into my subconscious. When I started doing shadow work, I realized that this dread that I used to feel, this crazy feeling, was because of the many traumatic incidences that were stored in my subconscious. And they needed to be dealt with. I mean, most people don't ever do not even one little bit of work. I mean, in the world, people go to psychologists, but they don't deal with alternative healings. Some do. I know a couple of psychologists in South Africa that interweave emotional um, emotional techniques, such as, for example, mirror work. They some doctors, some psychologists will actually interweave these alternative, let's call them therapies, because people are starting to realize, and scientists are starting to realize, that when you've got a whole bunch of things stored in your subconscious that actually dictate your life. Think of your PC. Your hard drive dictates your computer. And you don't clean them out, you'll never feel that incredible feeling of freedom. I've I've been working really, really hard at myself for the last 2 years, and I'm talking about meditations, affirmations, mirror work, etc. And I've noticed that, and it's such a subtle change, I've noticed that everything about me is changing, especially the way I see myself. The way I see myself. That one is a big one. The way you see yourself. I mean, it's hard. I mean, no one ever tells you that a lot of our problems are from lack of love. They do tell you got to love yourself, but no one ever tells you how to do it. And the only way to do it is to just change the programming. Simple. You do not attract or manifest what you want. You will only attract and manifest who you are. So if you see yourself as a loser, if you see yourself as a winner, whatever you see yourself as, science is now telling us that our world is actually reflected from the inside out and not from the outside in. So we create our own reality. And if you're interested in this, if you're interested in feeling that freedom, that wonderful freedom of waking up in the morning and thinking, what a wonderful world we live in, how happy I am to be alive, how grateful I am for everything, then do some work. It'll take you 5 minutes a day. Mirror work and shadow work is 5 minutes a day. It's all really you need to do. You need to stand in front of a mirror. You need to stare at yourself in your eyes. And then you need to loudly, because there's our voice has a certain frequency. And when our soul hears our voice, is there such a strong connection? So you stand in front of the mirror and you look at yourself in your eyes, and I guarantee you won't be able to. You will not. It's difficult. It's not easy for some weird reason. If you're in front of a mirror for an hour doing your hair, it's nothing. But you try standing in front of the mirror and talk to yourself in your eyes. So find some affirmations such as, I am incredible. I am a winner. I have the best job. Whatever it is that you want to change in your life, speak it as if it is already happened. I have an incredible job. I am amazing. Whatever it is, you'll be guided. Your soul will guide you to the affirmations that you should use. But just in case, I've prepared a short video with some affirmations that you could use. And of course, there's thousands online. But the way I did it was, when I first started doing this, I would write down every affirmation I found. Every single one of them, because I thought that they were experts and I wasn't. But don't forget, you have a soul. You know the answer. You have it inside of you. And if you've been led to my channel, it's because your subconscious wants to get rid of some of its clutter, maybe. Release you so that you can wake up in the mornings and feel alive and happy, because happiness is an inside thing. So look at these affirmations and then tell me what you think.
I am worthy of love and respect. I embrace my uniqueness and celebrate my strengths. Each day, I nourish my body with healthy choices. I am grateful for my vibrant health and energy. Abundance flows to me effortlessly. I attract prosperity in all areas of my life. I release negativity and welcome positivity. I trust my journey and believe in my dreams. I am deserving of happiness and success. I radiate confidence and joy. I choose to surround myself with uplifting people. I am in control of my thoughts and emotions. I forgive myself and let go of past mistakes. I am open to new opportunities and experiences. I'm a magnet for love and kindness. I honor my needs and prioritize self-care. I am resilient and capable of overcoming challenges. I create my own path to fulfillment. I am grateful for the life I am building. I am enough, just as I am.
Just remember, it's not as easy as it seems, so persist. In one of my previous videos, I spoke about how I did it for 12 seconds. 12 seconds. I sat looking into my eyes, telling myself what I thought of myself, all the great things, and I got this terrible imposter syndrome. It's going to happen. Your ego's not going to let you, your ego's not going to let you do all the things that you want to do. So you have to just say, ego, thank you very much for always looking out for me, but just step aside right now because I've got work to do. So persist. Be kind to yourself. Your thoughts will tell you you don't. Ignore it. Ignore it. Ignore everything. You're here to do a job and you're going to do it. And it's only going to take you 5 minutes anyway. You just choose your favorite affirmations and loop them and just keep saying it and saying it and saying it. Okay. So I'd love to get to know you. So subscribe, please. And we'll chat. We'll chat. This is the start. I've never had a YouTube channel before. This is the very start. I mean, I don't even know what I'm doing half the time. And that's true because it seems easy. Record yourself, upload it. It isn't, nothing's ever that easy. So I'm trying a whole lot of different approaches and I would love your feedback. I would love to hear your feedback and I would love to hear what you want me to talk about. My thoughts right now are to speak solely on mirror work and affirmations and shadow work and meditations, because that's the most work that I've been doing in the past, over the past 2 years. And then I also want to speak about later on in one of our further videos about solfeggio frequencies to sleep with at night. They are so powerful. There's so many little tips and tricks to make ourselves feel better. And I want to talk about them all in this channel because I find it's quite miraculous and quite incredible. Of course, there's a lot of people that poo-poo this. Of course, the world is full of all sorts of people. Imagine if the world was full of just me or just you. That would be quite boring, I think, just having ourselves to interact with. So if you're not into this type of thing, that's okay. But if you are, then join me as we work our way to complete freedom and inner joy.